Hello, 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 and welcome to Teaching Tuesdays. I am Angela Williams Graves. I am the principal broker and owner of Homes by Angela Real Estate, where we look to serve buyers, sellers, and investors, and where we exceed your expectations. This is our first Teaching Tuesday, and I'm so excited about it because we're going to be doing this on the second and fourth Tuesdays at noon every single month. And the goal is to come together and help you to understand what is happening in the real estate market, to get your questions answered regarding what's happening in the real estate market, and help you move from renting to buying. And if you have property that you're looking to sell, we want to give you information on what that process looks like also. So each second and fourth Tuesday, we're going to be here. We're going to be with you anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. So if you can give us 30 minutes of your day, that would be wonderful. But again, the goal is just to get you accurate information. There is so much misinformation out there these days. And I just want to make sure, as well as everyone here in our office wants to make sure that you have the most accurate information available in order to make an informed decision in the real estate process. So today, what we're going to do is we are going to go through an overview of what the home buying process looks like. I tend to call it the wheel of life. And after that, I'm going to introduce you to all of our agents. As a matter of fact, let's do that in the beginning, and then let's do it again at the end. So I'm going to introduce you to our agents, and we have got some phenomenal agents here at Homes by Angela Realty Company. We are a small boutique firm, but we have an incredibly large presence in the Hampton Roads area. So again, I'm Angela Williams Graves. I am the broker and owner. We also have Shane Gallup, who is an associate broker. Shane has a wealth of knowledge and experience and really loves helping people. She also is one of our property managers. Then we have Tanisha Burton, who is our office administrator, but she is also a licensed realtor. And what that means is that as a realtor, we are members. Excuse me. We are members of the National Association of Realtors, the Virginia Association of Realtors, and the Hampton Roads Realtors Association. The firm and our agents are all members of the association. And what that means is that we are held to a higher standard of ethical action in the real estate transaction process. So we've got Tanisha Burton. Then we have Ashley Hickman. Ashley is a wonderful realtor in our office. She is also a builder. So a lot of the products that you will see on her on the market that she lists are not just listings for other individuals, but also products that she has built. And so she is a Class A builder in our office and a realtor with us as well. Then we have Hope Sinclair. Hope is a wonderful agent. She's been with us almost since we opened in 2020. I call myself a COVID entrepreneur because we opened this office right in the middle of COVID in 2020. And so Hope does a great job for buyers and sellers. If you're looking to purchase a home or sell a home, she's one of our wonderful agents that you can call as well. Lily Parker is one of our agents. Lily does a lot of our property management. She also buys and sells homes. And Wanda McNair, another one of our wonderful agents that buys and sells homes. I like to call them rock star agents because they are rock stars in the real estate industry. They deliver an excellent service to all of our clientele, and they meet and exceed all of your expectations. So any one of our agents you can call. Also too, let me get this little doohickey here. All right, so you will see scrolling at the bottom of our screen is all the contact information for our office. It is our website, which is homesbyangelarealty.com. That's homesbyangelarealty.com. You can find any of the agents here that you see listed under our agents, and you can click on their profiles and connect with them. You can get information about the most up-to-date listings. We are members of the Real Estate Information Network, and that's where all properties are listed for sale through RAIN. That is our local MLS. And so you can get all of that information at our website. And if you have any questions, please feel free to call us at 757-524-4941. That's 757-524-4941. So now let's get to it. All right. So we're going to talk today about the home buying process. And again, this is the wheel of life. I have been selling residential real estate since 2008. And one of the things that is one of my personality traits is that I'm a spender. I like to spend and I like to shop and I love people. And so when we talk about buyers, we are talking about spending money. We are talking about buying a home, and we're talking about dealing with people. And so all of our agents pretty much feel that same way, in that they're excited to be helping you buy your home and excited to be working with people. So the first thing we're going to talk about is you'll see meeting with a real estate agent or a realtor. I would advise you always to meet with a realtor. You would not want to go see a dentist who is not a member of the National Dental Association. You would not want to go see a lawyer who is not a member of the Bar Association. So why would you hire a realtor who is not a member of the Realtors Association? So the first thing you want to do is you want to meet with your realtor. You want to meet with the professional that has all of the tools available in order to help you understand the process of buying a home, help you determine what your buying power is through this next step that we're going to talk about, and then help you to find the home that's perfect for you. Most of the times when you meet with a realtor initially, they're going to ask you, have you seen a lender? Which is where the next part of this comes in, where you see get pre-approved. And the reason why getting pre-approved is so important is if you can imagine going to the grocery store and you have a whole list of items, but you don't know how much money you have in your bank account on your debit card, or you don't know how much room you have left on your credit card in order to do your shopping. You would not do that. You wouldn't just go to the grocery store and not know how much money you have to spend. And so meeting with a realtor, that realtor is going to refer you to a lender that they trust, a lender that they've worked with, a lender that, based on your conversation with the realtor, they're going to send you to a lender that they feel like is not only knowledgeable, but also will work best with your personality and your situation, and that has a product that will suit you and give you the best advantage as a buyer. So you're going to meet with your realtor. Your realtor is going to ask you some questions about what kind of home do you want? Do you want a single family home? Do you want a townhome? Do you want a condo? What is your ideal? Is it 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms? Do you want a big yard? Is there a particular school district that you want to live in because your children are already in school? Is there a city that you don't want to live in? All right, we can't tell you where to live. Okay. But if there's a specific city that you don't want to be in, then we don't have to include that in your property search. And so what your realtor is going to do is ask you those questions. They're going to ask you if you've ever owned a home before. And that's very important because it's going to determine whether or not you're able to qualify as a first-time home buyer. And then from there, and then from there, you're going to, they're going to send you to your lender. So from your lender, there was somebody peeking in the doorway there. Then from there, your lender is going to ask you a ton of questions. All right. This is where you start getting peeled back the various layers like an onion. You get peeled back like an onion. And the lender's goal is to make sure that they know and have everything in order to put a good picture together for underwriting. Underwriting has been described as the most important person in your transaction that you will never meet. You're going to meet your realtor, you're going to meet your lender, you're going to meet your closing attorney, you're going to meet the home inspector, you're going to meet all those people, and they're going to be excited for you, and they're going to want to help you, and they're going to want to do everything that they can to assist you. However, when you start when the lender puts all of your documentation together, that file is going to underwriting, and the only thing that underwriting has to go on is what's in black and white. They can't go off your emotion. They can't go off how much they love your kids. They can't go off of any of those things. What they have to do is they have to make sure that you, as the borrower, are meeting the guidelines of the loan that you are looking to ascertain. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, it doesn't matter because if I don't pay the bill, they can always take back the house. Well, let me tell you what, the bank does not want the house back. All right. That is not what they want. They want you to make the monthly payments so that you can stay in your home and they can collect interest. That's how banks make their money. They lend a lump sum of money and then you pay it back a little bit at a time, but you pay back interest. All right. And so in that process, you're going to have to give up your bank statements. You're going to have to give up tax returns. You're going to have to give up your 401k or retirement statements. Those things show assets. All right. You're going to have to explain if you have lived in 2 or 3 different places in the last 2 or 3 different years. You're going to have to explain if you lived in 2 or 3 different, if you worked on 2 or 3 different places in the 2 or 3 different jobs, rather, in the last 2 or 3 different years. It's not that we are looking to nitpick with you. I promise you that underwriting is not going to ask for anything that they don't need. Okay. They're not going to ask for anything that they don't need, but their goal is to make sure that they are putting together a pristine picture. If you've ever seen a Michelangelo and then you see something that you find in Walmart, there's a big difference, right? So you want that lender to put together a Michelangelo type picture for you to present to the underwriter. Sometimes when they ask questions, you may answer the question and that leads to more questions. But this is what I tell all of my buyers. If you have $300,000 in the bank or under your mattress or buried in the backyard, then you don't need a lender. You don't have to listen to anything the lender says. You don't have to listen to anything that the lender tells you to do. You don't have to do any of that. But if you don't have $300,000 in the bank, in the backyard, or under the bed, then you do have to do the things that the lender is asking you to do. And sometimes the lender will tell you, I need you to do this, then that. And what the lender needs you to do is do the thing exactly the way that they tell you to do it, because there's a reason for it. And we're going to dig a little bit deeper into what it means to get pre-approved in another segment. But just know that you're going to have to give up financial information. You're going to have to disclose some things. It may be a little uncomfortable, but here's the thing. If you really want to purchase a home, then you know that you're going to have to jump through some hurdles, and you're going to have a team. You, me, and the lender, we are a 3-legged team. Your realtor, you, your lender are a 3-legged team, or what do you call it, a three-legged stool, right? We're your team, and we're the ones that are going to help you to be able to accomplish the goal that you said you had of becoming a home buyer and a home owner. So once you get pre-approved, that's when the fun really starts. So now your realtor is probably going to come back to you after your pre-approval, and they're going to do what's called a buyer's consultation. And in that buyer's consultation, they're going to go over some key documents that you will see and have to sign. They're going to explain to you parts of the contract. They're going to explain to you what's called a consumer disclosure and all of the different pieces that are involved in the consumer disclosure. And they're going to ask you for a formal hiring agreement, better known as a buyer broker agreement. All right. So that's what your at between when you get pre-approved and when you start searching for homes, your agent is your realtor is gonna sit you down either on Zoom or in person, whichever works for you, and they're going to give you an explanation of what the forms are that you are going to be signing with them in order to purchase your home. So then the fun part starts, right? The fun part is when we start searching for homes and we start looking at homes and, we start touring, as they say, homes or showing homes. That's when we get to go in and do the test drive and kind of see how it feels and see if you go into a place and you can picture yourself there. You can picture your furniture there. You can picture your belongings there. You can picture your family there, right? And so as we see different properties, you may have told your agent that you wanted 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and you had to have 2,500 square feet. But what I can tell you from my years of experience is that layout matters, right? So layout makes a difference when you're looking at properties. A property that is 2,000 square feet may feel like it's 2,500 square feet, depending on the layout. So every property is different. So my suggestion is that you don't discount a property just because everything in it is not perfect. You may end up with a 4 bedroom. One may be, like a little office. If you say you want 4 bedrooms, you may find a property that has 3 great sized bedrooms. You may say that you want a garage, but maybe there's a carport. You may say that you have to have a deck, but maybe there's a big enough yard that you can build a deck. The goal is to be a little flexible. It's not to completely settle and not get anything that you want, because this is a lot of money and you're going to sign a note that says you have to pay for it for a long time. And so the goal is to make sure that you get what you want. Just understand that you may not always get everything. But if you can get out of 10 things, if you can walk away with 8, I'd say that was a real win-win. And that, that's all subjective to what the 8 things were, right? Understood, completely understood. So then when we start searching for homes, you'll get, your realtor would have sent you a link to be able to set up your home search. And what that does is it allows you to be in control of what you're actually seeing. So if you decide that maybe you want to go from 3 bedrooms to 4 bedrooms, maybe you want to go up or down a few square feet. Maybe you want to include an additional city in your search that you said, I don't want to be over there. But here's the thing. You can never discount what you never see. All right. You can never discount what you never see. And if you never see it live is live, y'all. But if you never see it, then you can never, if you don't ever see it, you can't ever discount it. And I've had, and there's one more thing I'm gonna say about that, and then we're gonna move on to making an offer. That is, don't let the pictures fool you. Okay. Realtors are realtors. We are not photographers. We are realtors. And so sometimes there are realtors who hire professionals to come in and take pictures and list their properties like we do here. And then there are times when realtors believe that they're professionals with their iPhone and they take the pictures themselves. I have had so many instances where the pictures weren't great. And the client was ready to say, I don't think I want to waste your time by going all the way over there. And then I say to the client, this is what I do. I show property until you walk in it and you say, this is the one. We are going to keep kissing frogs until we find our prince. Okay. And so don't be dismayed by the pictures. Go see the property anyway. Your realtor should be willing to take you to see the property, because you never know when you get there and you go, oh my God. And you know what? Here's the thing. I believe everything happens for a reason. A whole bunch of other people may have passed that property by based on the pictures. And guess what? It was sitting right there waiting for you. All right. So we're gonna go see property. We're gonna look at property. We're gonna look at neighborhoods. If you find a property that you like, I always tell my clients, go back at night in the middle of the night, see what the neighborhood is like, see how things are going. Go on a Saturday, see, the kids are out, folks are mowing the lawn. What is the neighborhood like that you're actually going to move into? You can't see that in 10 or 15 minutes, but you can see it, if you drive back through there. Then we're going to make an offer. So once you find the house that you love, once you find that perfect home, then we're going to make an offer. And how we do that, it goes back to that buyer's consultation. So I like to do a buyer consultation because I like to make sure that my clients have seen the basics of the things of the documents rather, that they're going to sign before we have to hurry up and make an offer and get it in. Because this is a seller's market. Make no mistake about it. It is a seller's market. So if you see it and you like it, you better be willing to put a ring on it, because if you won't, somebody else will, right? And we want to make sure that we are acting in a timely manner when it comes to making an offer. So we want to make sure that you understand the parts of the contract that are significant to making your offer. We also do everything based on electronic signatures. So we want to get you set up in the platform so that you don't have to be trying to figure it out when we need you to sign documents, so that we can get them over to the other agent and put that offer out there and put it out and make our best presentation. So we're going to make our offer, and the offer is going to be a number of things. As we move from the offer to negotiating the contract. So one of the things that we're going to have in this offer, we're going to have the sale price. You're going to tell the seller rather, how much you're putting down. What kind of loan are you getting? What is your closing date? Do you want to get a home inspection, which I highly recommend, and we'll have a home inspector on talking about home inspections. But do you want to get a home inspection? Do you need to get a termite inspection? Is it a condo? Is it a homeowners association? Are there documents? How do you want those documents? Do you want them in paper? Do you want them electronically? Okay, so all of that goes into your contract. And then, most importantly, the closing date, right? When do we want to close? And so here's what I will tell you about the closing date. And this goes back to the lender. Once we find your property and we negotiate all the terms, you may say, I want to offer this. The seller may come back and say, no, I won't take this, but I want that. You may want closing cost assistance. The seller may or may not be willing to pay closing cost assistance. In this market right now, it's 50-50. It's a toss-up, right? And so you have to be prepared for that. And that's one of the things that you talk about with your lender when you go and get pre-approved. What is my down payment going to be? What kind of loan am I going to have? What closing costs do I need to be prepared to pay just in case the seller doesn't pay my closing costs? And so in negotiations, you can negotiate everything from the price to the time that you possess the property to who's going to pay for the termite inspection, if you want a home inspection or not, if you want a survey to the property or not. All of those things are if there's property in the house that you love and you want to buy it, then then that goes into the negotiation of the contract. And so you want to make sure that your realtor is just explaining all of these things to you. And that's another reason for that buyer consultation, so that you have a general working idea of what you are signing before you sign it. So then after we negotiate the contract, you will be what? Ratified. Yes, you will be ratified. And that means that you're under contract. Your contract is signed, sealed, and delivered. The seller cannot sell that house to anybody else. They cannot enter into another contract with anybody else. They give you the opportunity to do your own due diligence and get to closing. Once you're under contract, and in this time period right here is where you're going to have your home inspection. And your home inspection is super important, because your home inspection is your test drive. That's your real test drive, where you kick the tires and look under the hood. That's your real test drive of your property. Your home inspector is licensed by the Commonwealth of Virginia. They're going to come in, they're going to look at the pipes, they're going to look at the electrical, they're going to look at the roof, they're going to look to make sure that everything is safe. Is the fireplace working? Are all the appliances working? They're going to make sure that, are there any leaks? Are there any holes in the vinyl siding? What types of repairs may need to be made in order for you to be happy with this home? And what I will tell you is that the only home that's perfect is new construction. And even that's not always perfect at the time, but that's as close to perfect as you're going to get is in new construction. So you're going to have your home inspection while you're under contract. During your final details, your closing attorney is going to reach out to you. They're going to ask for some identifying information from you so that they can run the title work, where we would have sent everybody, your realtor would have sent everybody everything that they need in order to, in terms of your contract, in order to make this move smoothly. So if you're happy with your home inspection, your appraiser is going to go out. The appraiser is going to determine the value. The value of the property is very important. You may say, I'll pay $300,000. The seller may say, I'll sell it to you for $300,000. But if the appraisal comes in at $280,000, Houston, we have a problem. Okay. And we'll talk about that as we go through these two Teaching Tuesdays. We'll talk about what happens if the appraisal comes in lower than what you have agreed to buy the property for and what the seller has agreed to sell the property for. So we're going to talk about that. That's another reason why you stay tuned every second and fourth Tuesday at noon. And then as we go, as we perform all the final the final inspections, if you have a home inspection and you've negotiated repairs to be done, most times, if they are significant repairs, I recommend to my client that they have a reinspection done, because you want to make sure that everything is everything. I've seen receipts for work that never got done. So receipts don't equate to work. Okay. And so you want to make sure that that inspector goes back and that he puts his eyes on all those items that he said were deficient, that the seller said that they fixed, and that they are actually, that they actually are done. And then lastly, closing, right? Closing, that is happy, happy, joy, joy. Congratulations. Now you are a home owner. So it's the happiest day. You'll do your final walkthrough, usually the day before, to make sure that everything is everything, or maybe the morning of. All right, that's my saying. Everything is everything. Y'all will hear me say that a lot. But you'll do the closing the day before or the morning of, just to make sure that everything is everything and that the property is still sitting there and nothing has happened to it. Okay. And that once the sellers moved out, that they didn't cause any damage to the property, or the tenants moved out, they didn't cause any damage to the property. You just want to put your eyes on it, or have your realtor put their eyes on it before you close. And so closing day is the happiest day of the transaction because you would have done everything to get your loan approved in underwriting. Your home inspection would have gone well. Your appraisal terms would have been great. And you will be getting the keys to your brand new home. So that is, in a nutshell, the buying process, the wheel of life as it pertains to buying a home. And one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to break that down a little bit. I'm going to give an overview on the second Tuesday, which is going to be, I think that's June. Let me make sure I get this date right here. June 11th. I'm going to give an overview, this same overview of the home selling process. So if you're looking to sell your home and put your home on the market to sell your home, then there will be a process. There's a process for that. There's a wheel of life for that as well. And we're going to go through that on June 11th. And then what we're going to do is break these pieces down. We're going to have some guests to come who are experts in these various areas to talk to you and answer questions that you may have. It is exactly 12:30 and we are I want to be mindful of your time. Thank you so much for taking time to be with us today and to be with me and to share. Remember our rock star realtors. If you're looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell a home, visit our website at homesbyangelarealty.com and you will find one of the best in the business to help you. I am Angela Williams Graves, the broker and owner of Homes by Angela Realty Company right here in Norfolk, Virginia. And we are working with buyers, sellers, and investors, and we are exceeding your expectations. Have a wonderful day.